Welcome to Pause and Play. I'm Jessica. This is your pocket companion, a place to pause, to play, and to find your way back home to yourself. You don't have to do anything, just be here. Guidepost 15, Adventure. Welcoming the unknown with courage, curiosity, and delight. Adventure doesn't have to mean faraway places. It can begin right where you are with a single what if. Close your eyes and take a breath in. Imagine your heart as a compass, gently pointing toward wonder. As you exhale, let go of certainty and invite possibility. Whisper, I am open to adventure. Let the words linger. Let them stir something wild and hopeful inside you. Adventure begins the moment I say yes to the unknown. It's not about big risks or grand gestures. It's about presence, curiosity, the courage to follow a spark. Adventure lives in the stretch, the shift, the sacred, maybe. We often think of adventure as something out there, climbing mountains, traveling across oceans. But adventure is a mindset, a way of seeing, a way of saying, I don't have to know how it ends to begin. This mantra invites you to find adventure in the everyday, in the things that scare you and stir you, and saying yes when it would be easier to stay safe. Your life doesn't have to be epic to be adventurous. It just needs to be honest, alive, and a little bit brave. The craving came like a hum beneath the surface, a pull for something different, not big or dramatic, just something outside the usual rhythm. We needed a break from the routine, not a vacation, but a shift, a breath. I told the kids to pack a bag and lace up their shoes. I used hotel points to book a one-night stay just outside the city. Nothing fancy, just far enough to feel new. They called it a playcation, and the name stuck. Each of us got to choose something from the group. A museum visit, a swim in the hotel pool, warm and echoey where the kids cannonballed and belly laughed until they were breathless. A painting session in pajamas, watercolors spread across the hotel bed. We explored unfamiliar neighborhoods, tried foods we'd never tasted, wandered without a plan. We let the day unfold on its own terms. It was like follow your feet with a suitcase. One time we found a tiny donut shop with a bright yellow sign and stepped inside just as a fresh batch came out. The scent of sugar and donut and dough wrapped around us like a hug. We sat outside, powdered sugar dusting our laps, juice boxes in hand, laughing about which donut would disappear first. Probably the bacon maple glazed ones. There was nothing extravagant about it, but it felt extraordinary. In those moments, something in me relaxed. The need to orchestrate everything loosened its grip. I didn't have to create perfection. I just had to say yes. Yes to discovery. Yes to play. Yes to being fully in it with them. Over time, that spirit of adventure began showing up in our everyday life. Trying a new recipe. Trying a new route. Saying yes to an unexpected invitation. Wandering without a goal, making art in the middle of a messy kitchen, starting something just because it seemed fun. Adventure stopped being something we chased. It became something we welcomed. Not just movement or novelty, but a way of seeing. A willingness to let wonder lead, even for a moment. A trust that spontaneity can be sacred. Adventure lives in the cracks between plans, in the detours and donuts, in the pauses that turn into stories. And now it's part of who we are. We don't wait for far-off trips or perfect conditions. We make room for magic in the margins. And more often than not, it finds us there. Science meets soul. Trying new things, especially things that stretch or excite us, activates dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with motivation and reward. This fuels a sense of aliveness and builds neural flexibility. Taking small, safe risks also expands our window of tolerance and increases resilience. Our nervous systems learn, I can try something new and still be safe. Adventure doesn't have to be extreme to be empowering, it just needs to be aligned. If we wait until we're ready, we may never begin. But when we practice saying yes to ourselves, to life, to the next small leap, we awaken something essential. Adventure isn't reckless, it's responsive. It asks, what if this could be different? What if something beautiful is just beyond this fear? Say yes to the adventure of becoming. Try this. Daily practices. Do one thing differently today. Take a new route. Try a new food. Ask a new question. Say yes to something playful that feels slightly out of your norm. Make a mini adventure list of tiny, brave acts you'd like to try. Journal about a risk you took that helped you grow. Follow a spontaneous idea and see where it leads. Visit a new place in your town. Speak up about something you care about. Let your curiosity guide one decision today. Start something you've been waiting to feel ready for. Say yes before you have the plan. Try a creative hobby without needing to be good at it. Spend a day letting each decision be guided by curiosity. Reflect on the firsts you've already survived. Leave space in your schedule for the unexpected. Join a new group or community that stretches you. Pause prompts. What does adventure mean to you? Where in my life am I craving more aliveness? What stops me from trying new things? What would it look like to live more openly? When was the last time I did something unexpected? How does my body feel when I imagine saying yes? What fear stories are holding me back? What would change if I trusted the journey without needing the outcome? What adventure do I want to invite in? How can I meet the unknown with curiosity? What helps me feel safe enough to stretch? What belief am I ready to outgrow? How does adventure shift my relationship with control? What patterns am I ready to disrupt? What version of me wants to be discovered? Pausing before you leap allows you to listen, not just to fear, but to longing. It gives your nervous system a moment to catch up with your desire. It helps you distinguish impulse from intuition. Adventure isn't about rushing forward. It's about choosing with presence. The pause isn't a delay, it's a door. Walk through it with intention. Play prompts. Create an adventure passport for your everyday life. Make a treasure hunt for yourself or someone else. Dance to music you've never heard before. Turn a regular routine into a mini quest. Play dress up with your boldest, most adventurous self. Write a short story about your next chapter. Make it whimsical. Draw a map of imaginary places you'd like to explore. Let a coin flip or dice roll decide something fun. Invent a secret identity or alter ego. Follow a child's lead for an hour. See what they teach you. Create a yes day and let each decision lead to the next. Make a video diary documenting a brave day. Try geocaching or spontaneous detours in your city or town. Collect 5 objects that feel adventurous. and make a still life. Give your next walk a quest or theme. Play and adventure share a spirit of spontaneity. When you let yourself explore, invent, wander, you reconnect with a part of you that is wild and wise. This kind of play isn't frivolous, it's foundational. It reminds you that life isn't just to be managed, it's to be lived. Integration practices. End your day by asking, where did I say yes today? Keep a brave tries list to track your small adventures. Designate one day per month for something unplanned. Share a dream aloud that you've never voiced. Say yes to help, collaboration, or guidance. Reflect weekly. What did I learn from trying something new? Keep a joy-led to-do list. Pair each adventure with a grounding ritual. Let go of something old to make space for something new. Name one adventure you want to take and take the first step. Create an adventure altar to honor your bravery. Use affirmations like, I am safe to stretch into this newness. Integrate adventure into your identity. Who am I becoming? Celebrate not just what you did, but that you did it. Turn every reflection into fuel for the next yes. Integration isn't about knowing where you're going, it's about trusting how you're growing. Adventure expands your sense of self, not through control, but through courage. Let every yes become part of your unfolding. You don't need to be fearless, you just need to be in motion. Art therapy prompts. Draw a hot air balloon filled with your hopes and brave ideas. Create a map of wonder, real or imagined. Collage symbols of freedom, risk, and possibility. Illustrate a leap you've taken or want to. Paint what your inner adventurer looks like. Doodle a winding road and label the surprises along the way. Use bright colors to express your sense of aliveness. Design a flag or crest that represents your boldness. Sculpt a tiny backpack and fill it with dream supplies. Turn a blank page into a trail, then decorate your path. Create an adventure window with layered scenes of change. Use collage to tell a nonlinear story of exploration. Draw yourself at a crossroads. What's calling you forward? Paint the difference between comfort and courage. Trace your hand and write 5 adventures it's led you into. Personal exploration. Journal prompt. What's one adventure, big or small, I want to say yes to? Doodle prompt. Draw a compass that points to what matters most. Collage prompt. Find images of curiosity, courage, and expansion, and build your adventure vision. I am open to the unknown. I say yes to adventure. This affirmation invites you to trust the pull of something more, not louder, not bigger, but truer. It reminds you that every step into uncertainty is a step toward becoming. You don't need a map, you just need a yes. A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. John A. Shedd. Adventure doesn't have to be epic. It just has to be yours. Every time you say yes, despite fear, despite doubt, you reclaim a little more of your freedom. You are already brave. The path begins now. Community invitation. What does adventure look like in your life right now? A new habit? A change in perspective? A brave conversation? Share it, and let's celebrate all the ways we're choosing aliveness. Before you go, I want to recognize what you just did. You showed up, you stayed, and you allowed yourself to imagine something more. Today you practiced expanding what feels possible, and in doing that you gave yourself permission to live more fully. You loved yourself beyond the familiar, and every time you do that, your nervous system learns that life is not something you have to shrink to fit. You are leaving this episode differently than when you arrived, because now there is a part of you that opens instead of holds back. And I want you to know, I see you. Carry this with you. Your life is allowed to expand. I'll meet you here again soon. Pause and play.